something about just experience, just go with the experience, and because the dreams go away or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, to enjoy the experience.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm actually literally doing today,
See, and that's
and
cool. The fact that you say that, like,
Monday.
the fact that you say, like, how I didn't close the doors on you or anything like that, because, like, of course, there were times where I was done. I was fucking pissed, and like, at first, like when I first heard the day, I'll never forget, like, when I first heard that you were like out there like that, like, fucking
Yeah,
around with the shit.
yeah.
I cried that day. Like, that fucked me up. Like, I couldn't. It was like,
Damn,
it was like
damn,
you.
that's what's up.
It was
Yeah,
like you died to me. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Like
feel you.
like I could never imagine you going out down that route, and
Yeah, yeah.
and then as things went on, I felt bad. I felt more like worried about you than anything. And then when you like made whatever mistakes you made, I went from being
Yeah, yeah.
I went from being sad for you, feeling bad for you, to being mad at you. And then
Yeah, you wanted to kill me and
and then
shit.
after that, and I felt like that for a while, like, because there was no resolution there, and you already know the way I've always been, like, but
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
but I was trying to understand, but there was no understanding in me that day, that time. I mean, but then, like, as
Yeah,
I
I
got
got you, cuz.
older,
I got you.
and started to make my own corrections in life, I started to
Yeah, I
realize,
feel you.
that
Monday.
redemption is possible
Okay.
for anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I got you. Yeah, yeah.
if I could change my life and my mindset and my way of looking at everything, if I can make something good out of my mistakes, then anybody can.
Okay.
You
I
know,
feel you.
so everybody deserves a chance at redemption, and you're my brother. You've always been my brother. So I was like, when I saw that you were like, I don't know, I just reached a point in life where a lot of things didn't matter as much. I cared more about you doing better with your life and more about that, and like, I never wanted to where if something were to happen to you where you wouldn't know that I like didn't love you still as a brother. And life is too short, you never get to make amends with some people, and some people live in regret, and I never wanted to
Yes, I
have
feel
that,
you.
especially between us. So, like,
Yeah.
and everything's happened now to where we're linked up now, and we're at a different space, and I think that's a perfect thing. So, like, and like that, like, speaking of that, it's like now you're at a point where you're starting to see that redemption in yourself, that you know that you can change shit up, that you have a things are changing within you, and you're willing to be a, because you're like, oh, nobody, back then, like, you don't let nobody tell you nothing and whatever, but now you're starting to realize that to become a master at life, to become a master, you have to be a student first. You cannot be a master without being a student first. So you're now,
Okay. Yeah.
you're like in the, like, and me, I'm a student at everything that I don't know. I'm there open, like, hey, tell me whatever. If I fuck up, let me know. If I really want to learn something, I'm there just like as a student. I'm gonna step back, my ego's out of this. I'm not even like, no, that's it. I just want to learn, soak it up. All right, boom. And that's where I feel like you are now. Like, you're transitioning to, like, being a student of life. Like, you're not trying to, like, control it. You're not trying to fight it. You're not trying to rebel against people trying to do good, give you good advice. You're open to it. Like, and that's what's going to separate your progress from a lot of people who just give up because their ego's in the way. And
Okay.
the
Okay.
thing is, like, so how do you feel now about everything? Like, how do you feel? So you went through, like, how many years were you out in the streets? Were you addicted? How many years?
Well, I'm 36 right now. Okay. And I know I was what? I was 16 years old. I think we were 15. We were around 15, 14, 15 years old when we started experimenting, In the
Yep.
Cuartito, remember?
Yep.
Yeah, growing up over there in the east side, over there in Niggertown, you know what I'm saying? We had family members, both of us on each side of the family. We just had family members that they brought that around us, like it was normal to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mistaken. I think it was about 15 years old when I started experimenting.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, I was still in high school. that I started water looping it. Man, I'm talking about heroin, right? Because that was my drug of choice, you know.
Yeah.
So I started shooting up. I think at the age of 18 years old. To right now, I'm 36. So that's what like I'm talking about. Well, a little bit over 15 years.
Yeah.
Maybe plus. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But you know, like it's a long time, homeboy. Like you know, I mean, and don't get me wrong, because I've always tried to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you ran with it, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Especially where we come from. You know.
Yeah.
Like you became a big stepper, man. At your early ages. I remember when you got that fucking that notepad that your mom bought you for Christmas. I think one of these days. She just got you that fucking notepad, and you just fucking started going on your viajes. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember all that.
And we would be all fucked up, but I'd still be in there sketching, like.
Yeah. On the shrooms and shit. Remember, I got all fucking stupid and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. Remember them motherfucking clowns and shit.
Oh, when you were like, hey, tell everybody to leave.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, no, and you talking about in Minnesota?
Yeah, when I went through all the trips. I went through all the fucking trips.
And I told you, calm your ass down.
The fear, the laughing.
Yeah, you did. Hey, and I remember, and you were like, yeah, and then you were like, hey, bro, who's all here? And I was like, what? And then you're like, who's all here? I was like, shit, my mom and us, you know? And you're like, hey, tell everybody to leave, bro. Like, just you stay here. I was like, well, bro, nah, chill out. Just like watch some TV or something. And I had just taken so I'm over here like I'm in the good part of the trip. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna have a good trip. And then I'm like, oh, this will fuck me up. That was it. Like, you set me into my own little viaje. I'm like, man, I need to just, man, you just threw me off. Nah, bro, nah, bro.
I remember all that shit.
Hey, but so then, like, okay, like that, getting into shooting up or whatever, like, that's a big step for somebody to take. Like, to do that. Like, did you reach a point in life where you just felt like you were, like, what made you take that leap into doing it that seriously? Like,
well, what hit it, like, basically, literally hit it was the relationship that I was in, right?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was all bad, fucking being a player and shit. When really that wasn't the shit to do, you know. Well, I got paid back, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah.
So that right there, I think, was the draw, because everything that was going on with my family. You know, because you already know, you know what I'm saying? We both got members in the family that are doing this shit.
Yeah.
Even today, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that I was already hurting there. And instead of taking the good advice that I should have taken, I was just on my feelings, I guess. And I let that get the best of me.
So you were already...
forever.
So you were going through some shit in the relationship. You were already feeling like shit. And then, like, the opportunity presented itself for you to, like, shoot up. And then you were like mad and hurt and everything. So you were like, fuck it then.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, mad at the world.
Yeah.
I was miserable, man. Oh, just everything, homeboy. Bitter. I was just a bitter little Mexican, man.
So you did it from a place of like pain and anger and like.
Yeah, you know, basically, I guess, right?
Yeah. Like to rebel, because like me, same thing with me.
Yeah,
like when we first started doing like water loops and all that. Like I remember I was the first time like I was gonna do Chiva or something. And my mom used to tell me when we were growing up, like, don't you promise me you'll never try heroin. Promise me you'll never, ever try it. You'll die. You could die in the first try. She would scare the fuck out of me. But then she left when I was a teenager. So I was like, well, where is she now? Like, she don't give a fuck. So then, like, I remember when I was first offered it. And I'm like, I thought about my mom. And, like, it scared me at first. But then I'm like, I did it because I was mad at my mom. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it then. Like, if my mom's not here to even care about me, then I'm gonna fucking do it anyway then. And
There you go.
I did it from a place of pain too and anger because I was mad at her for not being around. Like, if you cared about me, you would have been here to stop me. Like, no, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. And that's how it started.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, that's how it is, you know. Just like how you know what I'm saying? That experience you had, you know, that was like kind of like the same experience with me. ¿Me entiendes? You know, the advice I was supposed to be getting, I wasn't getting it from them because they weren't around.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, basically, you know, as a teenager, as a youngster, man, I was raised there with you and with your family, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of like, it wasn't hate, it wasn't envy or jealousy, I believe, none of that, right? Because you were my best friend, you're my best friend, you know?
Yeah.
So I looked up to you, you know what I'm saying, and your family because they showed love, they showed the support, the time, the care. I was just mad at my family. I was mad at my mom because she was having her own problems, you know, fighting with her demons, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time that I was going through the same shit what she had experienced as a youngster herself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a big thing we never calculated.
That right there, obviously, there's a saying in life, right, that they say the choices you do, it affects everybody around you now or in the future. Right?
Yep.
So, in other words, you do the crime, you're gonna pay the time, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's making all the wrong choices. I just didn't have my balls in play to actually do the right thing. Seeing you fighting your way out of it, you know, that was the best example I've ever had, and until today, it's there. You know what I'm saying? That's the motivation. That's the inspiration. One of them, right, that has me today that I can actually flex. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna do it today. You know what? There's hope until I hit the grave.
Yeah, absolutely. There is.
So, man, bro, but yeah, you know, I guess there was that pain, there was that hurt that we had that took us to that extent in life, right?
Yeah. Yeah, see, and some people will do it to where, like, some people will use that pain and be like, oh, I'm going to make it out. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to go to college. But it all depends on also, like, your environment or, like, if you're in the streets or if you're, like, because I couldn't think like that. Like, I was in gifted classes. I was in GT. I was doing good, and then I dropped out because I felt like I didn't use that pain as motivation to do better. I used that pain to like I wanted to numb out. You know what I mean? Like, I felt too much of it to where I wanted to numb out, and I just didn't want to feel the pain anymore, and I didn't know how to use it productively. So I just wanted to like make it disappear, and the drugs were the fastest way to do it. But as like where I am now, I realize that, like, for one, I realized now, like you were saying, like, our parents, we didn't know that they were going through their own thing. They were kids raising kids, and
there you go.
And
yeah,
but we're
basically in our hometown,
and we're too young. We're too young to understand that, and then it just snowballs into something else, right? And then our kids, whatever. But now, like, being at the point of my life where I'm at now, I like my pain, I use it, or anger or whatever, I use it as motivation to go even harder on my dreams now, because I realized that I wasted so much time not being there for people I needed to be there for, because I'm a big brother, right? So I'm the oldest one to a lot of people, and I was being selfish about, and instead I never woke up to my purpose until later, right? Because when you wake up to your purpose and that people look up to you, or that you could make a difference, that's when you realize that you're living beyond yourself. You're not just living for yourself, because that's why I was numbing out, because I was living for myself. So doing drugs, getting fucked up, and using the pain as an excuse was selfish.
Yes.
Because everybody still looked up to me. But now I use the pain and all that as motivation to inspire, because I know that people still look up to me. So if I were to self-destruct, like, poor me, let me go and get fucked up again. Everybody that I'm letting everybody that looks up to me down, and it's like, no, because now you know that you have a purpose, and you know people look up to you. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all how to turn this pain into fucking productivity. I'm gonna show you how to turn this pain, this hurt, these mistakes. I'm gonna show you how to turn this into success. So I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some golden keys that I'm giving myself, and we're gonna ride this rocket ship together. Instead of like us bringing each other down and all crumbling together. Fuck that. I don't want that for I don't want that for our people, for our community, for our kids, for our generations. No. I'm gonna show y'all how to turn all this shit into fucking gold, into jet fuel, to fucking lift off to a whole nother level. You know?
Hey, that's a motherfucking steak and shrimp fucking platter right there for free, ¿entiendes?
Yeah. So that's what we're doing now.
Some real shit.
And the more pain, the more mistakes, and the more bullshit you went through in life, the more gold you got, the more jet fuel you have in your tank. Because all that shit is now gonna be all your fucking jet fuel, all your material, all your inspiration, right? Like all the shit, like you never want to go back to that. And you can use all that as part of your story now. The deeper your story, the more people you can touch. The more shit you went through, the more people you can touch. Because the thing about us and everybody around us, we don't believe nobody about shit. We don't want to trust nobody about nothing. You ain't gonna tell us what to do. Don't try to talk to us like you're some guy, our coach or whatever the fuck. Like, no, if you haven't gone through the shit, we don't want to hear from you. Don't bring a counselor, somebody who went to school for counseling, to come to our school and talk to us about making it out the hood when you didn't deal with your domestic violence, or you didn't deal with being poor and dealing with cockroaches in your cereal and all that shit. Don't talk to us. If you didn't deal with none of this shit, we don't want to hear from you. Like, we don't. So, like, now...
You ain't stepping our shoes. So how you going to tell us what we're living or how to live? Like, basically, like, you know?
Yeah, and how are we going to trust your word? Like, how are we going to trust that you really, really feel what we feel? No. So the thing about you and I is... we do have that experience. We have that shit that is so fucking genuine and real. And it's not by choice. It's just because of the way our life went. But we didn't have a choice on how we were going to grow up and things that we were going to go through, certain things. But we do have a choice on what we're going to do with it now. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't go through all the fucking pain for free. Like, we already went through the shit. Now let's get something from it. Let's get a reward from that. And the reward meaning is going to be make a difference. So I'll be damned if I grew up with everything I grew up through. I'll be damned if I went through all that shit and I'm not going to use it for something, like, for better.
It was just in vain.
Yeah, I'll be damned if all our people died in vain. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what my mom told me too. She's like, dude, she's like, you made it out already. She's like, you made it out. She's like, you don't have to try to do nothing. Don't try to like, she's like, look, if you don't make something of yourself, everybody died in vain. All your homeboys, all your friends. She goes, if you don't make it the fuck out, you don't make something of yourself, and you go back to the streets, and you go back to doing dumb shit. She goes, then everybody died in vain. Don't let their deaths be in vain. They died looking up to you. They died being proud of you. They died knowing that you were out there speaking for them, representing them in a good way.
That's crazy though, huh?
Yeah, she said, don't let their death be in vain. And I'm like, man, that woke me up. I was like, fuck. Now I picture all them like watching us. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Now we have all that.
Yes. You see how your mom's right? How your mom, she's an old school, right? Back in our hood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mom was an old school as well, you know. So they got that wisdom. They got that wisdom, man. They got them words, you know, like that jet fuel what you're talking about to fill us up, right? To fill us up, you know, with them words of motivation, with them words of inspiration, man, to do it today, right? Because when you're all doped up trying to get numb, you're just being dumb, you know what I'm saying? And your vision is cloudy. So actually today, my vision is it's cloudy, right? It's blurry, you know. Pero all that life that one speaks into one, man, dude, it builds a fire in one, you
Yeah.
know. And you actually, I'm seeing that, you know, Pancho has that power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The power that Bobby has, the power that Bobby had for many years. Hey, you know what? I'm catching it. You know what I'm saying? So, like you say, it would be in vain if I don't do nothing about it, or you know, hey,
Use it.
I paid the price already. Hey, do what you got to do, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And it's game time now. It's game time now. Like, there's only a handful of people that end up, as of right now, like, there's only a small handful of us that one ever get to make it out, another get to make something of themselves, and another wake up to a purpose and want to give back. There's only a little. How many people can you name? Me and you, like, and other, who goes
Well,
has,
basically,
like,
that's something that I have within myself and with everybody back at home.
yeah,
Because you and I, we know people that made it out, right? And they forget about the youngsters. They forget about our generation.
yeah,
They forget about the next generation, and they don't do nothing. You know, it's like they're still stuck on self or something. But I see how you made it out, and you never forgot, and you haven't forgot where you came from, because you know what, you're doing these fucking shows out there. You're doing something for aggressive, right?
for
And
what?
you're giving back.
Yeah,
So I mean, not like, yeah, what you're saying right now. Not a lot of us make it out and get to do that. So I mean, that right there is some jet fuel to me that, damn, the homeboy, man, my motherfucking best friend, he's actually giving back, right? He didn't forget about us.
yeah,
So that would be selfish of me if I wouldn't do the same shit. For the reason that we both come from the same place, and you know what? I was raised with that right there. I was raised with that fire. I was raised to give back in the way we're gonna give back. You understand?
yeah. And that's the thing. It's like,
I mean,
like, here's the thing, and I read this a while back too. It's like, I want to die. I want to die on empty, right? So I want to die. And that concept comes from a book where they were talking about dying on empty with an empty tank. I want to die. I don't want to die with any of this motivational, inspirational, all these lessons. I don't want to keep them with me, take them with me to the grave. I want to give that to the world, to especially our people, our community. I want to give it all away. Everything I've ever learned, everything I've grown to see, and everything I've changed within myself, all the lessons step by step. I want to give it all away before I die. I want to die on empty with nothing left in my tank, knowing I did everything I could do. I gave everything I could. I gave all of myself.
man, that's crazy.
Like, I want to be on my deathbed, and I just want to, like, smile before my last breath, because, like, I really did everything. I really did everything I could do. I crashed. I burned. I got the lessons from that. I brought them back to everybody so they could avoid those mistakes. So I didn't go through them for nothing. These people don't have to go through the same mistakes. So I'm saving them some time. I made a difference, and I gave everything I had. Everything. All my energy, all my heart, all my lessons, all my skills. I gave it. I gave it all back. I died with nothing. I don't want to keep anything, because the thing about life is that there's enough for everybody. We're like, being raised poor or whatever, it's always like, there's only enough for this, there's only enough for that. You gotta eat, and then you're not gonna eat if only, like, certain people might eat, and there's not enough food for everyone. There's always, like, like it's scarcity, right? So we grow up with a mindset of, like, there's not enough. But really,
Yeah.
the universe, life, everything, it's abundant. It's infinite. There's unlimited amounts. The grass never fights with the grass next to it to grow side by side. You know what I'm saying? Like the leaves don't fight with each other to grow side by side. And there's trillions and trillions of them. They all just coexist. So we don't have to fight with each other, and we don't have to hide secrets of our motivation and inspiration, all our positive shit. Give that shit back. Give it all away. Give away your tips and your tricks. Things that you learned along the way, give it back. Give it all away. Because
it's free.
It's fucking free, and you're not gonna take it with you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And the more you give, the more you get. Like, think about like how much you like when you love, when you motivate. The more you motivate others, the more you feel pumped up. The more you love each other, love other people. Like, say hi to somebody randomly, like, hey, how you doing? Boom, hey, I love you. Just hey, never forget that. The more you love, the more you feel love. The more you like get it in return. Like, you just feel that, and it's like it doesn't run out when it comes to giving and love. It actually just like grows. The more you give, the more you get. The more you love, the more you're loved. The more you love, the more you love yourself. Because like you start to feel like I just love everybody. Like, man, I love myself so much from loving everybody. Like, it's just like you do not run out. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And
that's crazy what you're saying right there.
So it's like that's having that switch in your mind, and it's like, shit, I want to give it all away. I want everybody to know everything I've ever learned. You know, because if it's not, if we're not gonna do it, who's gonna do it? What are we gonna do? Keep complaining and like feel bad for our people, but never do anything to change it? What are we gonna do? Just complain? Okay. What are we gonna do? Move out and just never do like, oh man, I hope they get their shit together. No, nah, fuck that. How can we be at least like part of that change? How can we be a part of that change? How can we fucking like step up to the plate? You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm learning today. You know, with the right people in my life today. You know, instead of crying about it and complaining about it, hey, step up and do something.
Yeah, because
you know,
yeah, definitely. You could bring up the problems, bring up any problems. We got a lot of problems in our neighborhoods, in our community. We got a lot of problems.
Yeah,
but there's also a lot of solutions. Remember, we grow again, growing up poor, you make it work. Like you make shit happen. Like with no money, no nothing. Like, okay, like you're gonna make something happen. Like no matter what.
Now
we're resourceful. We realize that we can fucking make it happen. So that's the thing. If we're gonna bring up a problem, let's bring up the problem, but let's bring up a solution. Let's not just bring up a problem.
Okay.
And let's be the solution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so we got a drug problem in our neighborhoods. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, what are the solutions? A, B, C, D. Okay, we can start these programs. We can go outreach. We can at least feed people in the streets. We can, whatever it is that we can start doing these motivational videos. Let's not just bring up the problems. Let's bring up the solutions. And then let's see how we can be a part of them.
I got you.
You know what I mean? But like that's like what you're doing, like what you're doing right now with your videos and everything. Like, what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish with your videos and all that?
I mean, on the real, like, see, this is where that comes in right there. The way I see it, right? Like, because people tell me, how do you say that it's a blessing what you went through? Well, actually, it's a blessing and a curse, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the reason that we get all that wisdom, you know, because what we went through, right? Because our choices, so dropping these videos, you know, we were raised with good morals, you know, actually. So, you know, I mean, with my thing with these videos is just like the example, for the reason that, you know, Brownstown is a small town. And we know basically everybody over there, right?
Yeah.
So everybody knows Pancho, everybody knows Bobby, and they know us better than anybody else.
Yeah.
They know what we were really about. They know what we were, who we are.
Yeah.
But actually seeing the example and just try to let that hope catch one at least, you know, Man, that would be the shit right there, bro. Just to at least because of you, right? To actually know that somebody is actually fighting to say to actually change, to actually do something about it as well. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what when you're saying that you actually like make disciples, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because of what one is doing,
Yeah.
and you don't see it as me. I don't see it like reaching out to nobody because how I was. I actually thought I was gonna die a heroin addict
Yeah.
for all the years that I did it, right? So that's why I tell you it's like unbelief now. But I'm grateful, bro, because like I'm actually without even knowing. But what my mom tells me today is what you tell me today. You know what? Damn, I'm actually turning my left cheek or my right cheek, and I'm actually getting hit good here, but giving back to the video.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting back, right, like that, like this, and just trying to reach out, right, like you're saying, you know.
And that's the
So
thing.
basically, it's the one to catch it.
And that's the thing too. Is like we didn't plan. We never planned to have a purpose. We never planned to be the ones to give back. We never planned to be the ones to initiate change for our people. We just always wanted to make it out, or even if we didn't make it out of town, make it out of our own mental prisons. And
Yeah.
we all we wanted to do was make it out, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it was. So for ourselves, like but like this just like lands on you, right? Like everything just hits you like, oh shit, it's me, like it's on me, like because you think so much like, man, like I wish, like, man,
Yeah.
I wish people were better. I wish they changed their lives. I wish they could, you know, so they were inspired by somebody. I wish, and then you stop and it's like, oh shit, it's me. I gotta be the one. I'm the one. And once you wake up to the like, I'm the one, it's like, oh yeah, I'm the one. Okay, let's go. And you give a fuck so much. The only way to be the one, or like one of the ones, the one with the purpose, is you give a fuck so much. You know what I'm saying? Because you went through so much. So you have to have this level of like care for your people that's beyond like just surface level. And you want to like not want to see them hurt no more. Will not want to see them struggle. And once you have that right, like it wakes that up in you. You can't let it go. That's it. Once you wake up to your purpose, that you're the one, that's it. You're the one. Like, okay, let's go. Let's fucking get it. Like, and it's like, after that shit lights you up. Once you realize you're living for people beyond just yourself, you're doing a lot of things for yourself, but in return, in a way, you're helping other people by helping yourself, because you are an inspiration. People do look to you because they know what you went through, and they know you. You know what I mean? Like, they know you, and they like, so it's not somebody they don't know or whatever the fuck. So it's like once you wake up to that, that's it. There's no looking back. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I got you 100%.
So what are your plans with the what are your plans with so you're gonna do the videos, and what about like, what about your journey? Like, are you ready to like walk people through your journey? Like, hey, like, okay, this is these are my changes. Like, maybe like, I don't know how often, like maybe like once a month or once a week or whatever. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how I feel about life right now. I just read a quote that made me think about this. Like,
Oh, definitely, man. Most definitely, intended. Yeah, man. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind like what I'm doing, right? Blogging. I gotta learn all this, right?
yeah,
And I wouldn't mind using that as a guide, right?
yeah,
To others, right? Because of course you have to, before you walk, before you run, you gotta learn. You know how to crawl. You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah, of course, man. I mean, fuck yeah, most definitely, man. I would love to be a guide, man. To be a book, right? A manual, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm Ferrari, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And Ferrari, man. It's an expensive car. Fragile and shit. So, right? I have to see myself like that. So, of course, that guidelines and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Take it serious. Hey, handle with care. In other words, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy, cause like, man.
I like how you said
Yeah,
that.
most definitely.
I like how you said that. You mentioned Ferrari. I like how you mentioned Ferrari because, again, we're so used to growing up thinking less of ourselves, and especially in Rapstown, and we're so used to being talked down on and thinking less of ourselves. So the fact that you say like, you know what, I'm a fucking Ferrari, that's good because it is like fragile but strong and powerful. And once you wake up to the fact that you are, like, that's it. You can do anything. You can do anything. So why do you want to give back in the way you're giving back? Like, what do you hope to accomplish by sharing your journey? What do you hope to accomplish and why?
Okay, why do I want to do this, or why am I motivated to do this? Is because basically, like I said, we live in a small town, and we know basically everybody, right? And growing up in Roughtown, I mean, you just got to understand. A lot of us were raised the same, just different parents, different aunts, uncles, etc. So I know there's a lot that are struggling right now, man. Just like I was at one time, and not many get out, bro. So if I could actually I mean, help somebody with the pain that I have or that I had at one time. I mean, just because we know what's up, man. And not everybody has what we're trying to give them today. We didn't growing up,
Yeah.
and we did and we didn't, right? But it's just because I know, man. There's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of pain down there, man. And you know what? I gotta step up, bro. I gotta step up. With all these people, with basically three people that are inspiring me today, man, and actually motivating me to do this.
Yeah.
Man, bro, I would love it, bro. I would love it, man, for the whole town to get up, right? And like you even say, hey, think big,
Yeah.
So, hey,
Dream big.
We're going, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we're going. This is just the beginning. Like, that's it. I mean, that's it. We're kicking it off like now. This is the golden hour. It's gonna be an amazing new chapter.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of change. The future is fucking looking amazing, and it's starting now, and it's starting with us, and you're a part of it. So like, get ready. Thank you for that. Like, get ready, bro. I'm telling you, just be you. Do you? We're gonna kick off this whole situation, and that's it. We're gonna change. We're gonna change it up. It's us. It's nobody else. It's us.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it.
Like unbelievable, ¿me entiendes? But hey, I'm willing, bro. Hey, I'm willing to get corrected. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to. Hey, it's it, man. I'm tired of being a midget.
Let's get it, boy. Let's get it. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, man, and that's the fire I need right there. That's the fucking positive vibes I need right there.
Hell yeah.
Man, like you even said, that's the good thing right there. That's instead of a red flag, that's a green flag with the people we made in our life today.
Oh yeah.
That's something big. You say that's important, right?
Oh yeah.
So man, I know that fuck all that quenching shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is it. It's lit. Something's coming out of it. That's it.
Hell yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I'm giving you all these vibes that I got. I'm giving them to you, and you're passing them on to the next person, like with even more And we're just, that's it. We're passing it along. We're sharing all of it. It never runs out.
That domino effect.
Yeah, and it never runs out. We don't run out of it. We don't lose it by giving it to somebody else, because it's not like this thing that we're giving to somebody like we can hold it in our hand. It's an energy, so it's infinite. So we could give, and it's only gonna get stronger. So we're and that's it. Like it's our time or no time, and it starts now. It's not. I heard a thing that says it's either gonna be one day. Right now, you can say, this moment, right now you can say, one day, or is this day one? Is it one day?
Got you. Okay.
Or is this day one? Is this where it all starts?
Okay.
Or is it going to start? No, this is where it all fucking starts. This is day one.
Yeah, because tomorrow never comes.
Nope, and we know that all too well.
Yeah.
Let's get it, boy.
Yeah,
It's day one.
Yeah, I feel you 100 on the real, man. Hey, I mean, it took me, you've been coming with that train, ¿me entiendes? And you've been coming full blast. It took me a long time to jump on this train, but you know what? Hey, let's get it, bro. I mean, hey, come on. It's time, like you say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, it's nothing that can stop us today. I see that. We have that power today, right?
Exactly.
So, like, of course, I'm growing, right? Because I got problems, you know what I'm saying? And I fall short on a daily. But you know what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know y'all are going to help me. And we're going to do this together. We're going to grow. I'm going to grow. I'm going to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of catching up, of course. But and through my journey, hey, all this is coming up. It's coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man. An epic, homeboy.
And you're still here to catch up. That's the thing. You're still here to catch up. Like, I know you were worried about starting late, like, as far as your age and waking up to your own mission, waking up to, like, getting off drugs and everything. Okay. Here's the thing, though. It doesn't matter what age you woke up to it. The fact that you're still alive and had the chance to wake up. Think about all our people who never had the chance to wake up. They never woke up.
Yeah.
Like, they never woke up. Whether they were 30, whether they were 50, they did not wake up. You woke up. So it don't matter what age you were, what age you are. You woke up, bro. You woke up. Like, your eyes are open now. So now it's time to go and help everybody else open their eyes, too.
I got you.
Let's go.
Yeah, with